Just going to wait for things to go. So if you're here now, then let's see what's going to happen. Oh my God, it's live. I'm live. I can't believe it. I'm live on the first, the night before. So I'll just see if anyone, all I'm going to do is just test out things. So I'm going to show you a picture. Oh, I've got people joining already. Oh my word, this is crazy. Hopefully you can hear me. And so this is just a test of the forthcoming live stream. So if you're on YouTube, you can watch this on YouTube every evening at 8 o'clock, or you can watch this on Instagram and also Facebook. So they're all going to be available. So for the next 40 days, I'm going to be running 40 ultra marathons in a banana suit, picking up trash. And I just wanted to test the setup, because if you were there last year, then you know we struggled a little bit, so it was a little bit chaotic, just trying to first of all get it working on YouTube, and then I had to give up in the end, and then I did it on for the rest of the time on Instagram. I'm now using StreamYard, so hopefully I can actually simultaneously sort of do it live. And I've just had, so Bert is watching on YouTube, and I've seen people on, so Harry is also watching on Instagram. So this is kind of crazy. I've got a really good setup here. So the idea is that I can invite guests. So what I'm going to be doing is something a little bit different. So before I talk about the adventure, what's going to be happening tomorrow, before I go to bed, because I've got to get up really early, uh, it's worthwhile talking about the live stream. So they're going to be at 8 o'clock every evening starting tomorrow. So 8 o'clock on the dot, and of course it'll be you'll be able to replay it the next day. But the idea is just like I did last year, because so many people seem to like it, is just to do a recap of how my day, how my marathon, well, ultra marathon went this year. So it's going to be the same sort of format. However, there are going to be some improvements. So I'm going to be able to share some videos because I'm using StreamYard. I can actually sort of play videos on here. I can play lots of different elements, and I can also have guests on. So what I want to be able to do is really give a shout out to all of the sponsors that have been so kind to support me on this. So the way it's working is I've got for Pucked as a project sponsor for the whole adventure, but then I've got quite a few individual days where you can just where I can just sort of focus on one specific brand that is sponsoring me, so they become day sponsors. So I'm getting a bit distracted because I'm seeing so much information. It's so cool. It is just brilliant. So already got a question on Instagram. Yeah, the about the make a promise. So yeah, the idea is with this challenge is to really inspire people to make a promise, an act of kindness. So you can do it in Dutch, you can do it in English, whatever language you want, like. But I just want you to go to that, to wayoflife.com, W-A-Y-E of life.com/, run for promises. You can also go to the Dutch version of that. And at the bottom of there, you can just add a comment that's an act of promise. Here, I promise to, and it can be anything. It can be the most basic, I want to smile at someone today. Something like that. Something as simple as each day I'm going to smile at a stranger and say hi. Yeah, not in a creepy way, but in a nice way. Something like that. Just something that is just an act of kindness. Smile at the cashier at the supermarket. Or it could be picking up a piece of trash. A good idea is if you go to that website, already there's some really nice promises that are being made there. And it could simply be, I promise to pick up a single piece of trash every time, each day of the 40 days that Paul is running, I will pick up a piece of trash. It could be something as simple as that. But I also want it to be, one of the things that when I had the idea for this is what also was about receiving promises, acts of kindness. So a thank you. A really good example was I was doing a practice marathon last weekend, and two traffic wardens, the handhaving, they just saw me running in the banana, picking up trash, and they stopped on the side of the road, and then they just said, We just wanted to say thank you. That is an act of kindness. And when you, yeah, it doesn't cost you anything, but it can mean everything to the recipient of that. And that is the whole purpose of this, is just to try and inspire people into something positive. I'm fed up with looking at the news, fed up with just going through all the horrors that are out in the world. I just want to be able to say, look, there are nice people out there. And let's just have let's go through life and see, yes, it's not all bad. There are positive people out there. There are positive actions, and I can create a positive action myself. It's as simple as that. That's all I want to do. So in terms of, so I'll be running 50.65 kilometers every day. So that'd be 40 times 50.65. So that's going to be 2026. So I'm going to be doing that every day. And what I can also do on these live streams is share some videos. So if someone wants to speak into the camera on Instagram, just look into the camera and go, my promise is of, yeah, mein beloofd is dit. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the language is, just say a simple act of kindness. My promise is this act of kindness, and then tag me in it. So for some reason, I never seem to be able to search for hashtags. So make sure you tag me into your story, and then I can download it, and I can also share it on the live stream. I want to be able to do that on the live stream and on my post. The reason being is I want your act of kindness to inspire someone else. I want someone to go, wow, I can do that too. It is so easy for me just to do what that person has promised to do. I'm going to promise it as well. Go onto the website, say, yes, I'm going to do it as well. Something as simple as that. And together, yeah. And if we do that and someone sees it and you change them, you could inspire. You could be the person that is inspiring acts of kindness just through your own promise. I think that is exactly what I want to sort of do on this. So I'm just really excited, and I really want to give a huge shout out to my sponsors. So let's see if I can do it. So bear with me. I'm going to add, let's see if I can add. Oh no, I can't do that. I'm going to see if I, right, here we go, image file. So let me just see if I can get this working. So that one of the reasons why I want to do this the day before is so I can actually see if this works. I could prep this a little bit beforehand, but where's the point in doing that? Right. So if I add that in, add to stage. Oh, look at that. How cool is this? I think this is just super cool. So there you can see all of the sponsors that I've got. So the big ones have sort of provided financial support, but then a lot of them have provided equipment support. So I'm just so grateful to all of those companies that are doing it. And um, what I want to say about every one of those brands that you see on the screen at the moment is every one of those people I've just had the most wonderful conversations with. It just shows you that, you know, and this is true of bad companies as well. You know, I've been lucky enough to get all of these brands, and they're all fantastic brands. I mean, I am just so excited about all of them. But the people, it's the people that matter. You know, I've worked for bad, you know, what people would describe as a bad company. I've worked for oil companies. I've worked for banking as well. The reason being is because I was in IT and I was so old. If you wanted to work for the best of the best, you'd work in banking or even the oil companies. They're the ones that had the money. So I wanted to go to the best IT department. So that's what I did. And so I have worked with these bad companies, but the people inside them are the ones that matter. And they were so wonderful, even in those companies. But the brands that you see there, I'm just waffling on a bit now. I shouldn't really sort of do that. I just want to focus on these ones. So I can see some of the people online at the moment who are from those brands, and you know, you're all wonderful. I'm just so grateful. I wouldn't be able to do this without the support of brands. The whole point about this is that brands are my support, my financial me, yeah, my means of paying the mortgage. Basically, I don't want money from people. I want money from brands. They're the ones who can do it. If I get money from people, it's just going around in circles. It's like, oh yeah, I'll give you, yeah, do this for you, and then you do it for someone else, and it just goes around circular. I want to sort of just break that chain and have companies that are, um, supporting my journey. So that's why sort of the whole point of doing that. So I'm going to remove this now. Let's see if I can do this. If I go back to main. Oh, look at that. This is like a slick production, isn't it? Um, if someone wants to ask a question before I go, so I just wanted to test technology. Technology is working, but what I'm going to do is just give people a couple of minutes if they want to just ask me a question, and then I can answer it straight away. There's a bit of a delay between YouTube and Instagram, so I'm going to keep on waffling until someone puts a question. I want one question. The first question is the one that gets it. So let's see. Hopefully, someone's going to ask me a question. Come on, ask me any question. Why am I wearing glasses? I'm an old man. There you go. Look at that. Hello. Am I ready? No, I'm not. I chatted. So the question is supposedly I can actually highlight that and on the screen, but I'm not going to. So the question is, am I ready? Quite simply is oh wow, that's actually a little bit complicated. I'm not. I've not done everything I need to, but I've done everything that I've got time to do, which I think is the most important thing. Am I ready in terms of to run 50 kilometers? I think so. I hope so. But as I've been saying to people, is just because I did 31 marathons last year doesn't mean I can do 40 ultras this year. It just takes one trip on a stone, and the Dutch roads are just the worst for someone that just doesn't pick up their feet, because you will just trip up over everything. I always say I always trip over and I always fall over when I'm in a banana suit in front of a school and the kids are going, ah, banana. But so it only takes one thing for it to be ruined. And so, and also even being at home, but I'll talk more about that another time. So am I ready? I'm as ready as I can be. I think today's realization was, oh my, oh, why am I doing this again? Why am I doing this again? Uh, have I not learnt my lesson from last year? But yeah, we shall see. And I've actually got two people that are on the that have just joined just to sort of check it out. So Gert-Jan and Maurits. So I just want to give them a shout out over on Instagram. So they are my Jerry Maguires. You complete me. So there are so many lessons that I've learned from last year, and one of them was to sort of try and get. I wanted to get some sort of representation or some sort of expertise in there, and luckily Gert Jan sort of came along, and he yeah, just sort of reached out to me and we had a chat, and then got Maurits from iSprint in there. So Centrista and iSprint, you can see them on the website. So hopefully they're going to make it more professional. And so I'm just constantly looking, exactly like always, just to try and make things work. And we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm now going to go in a bath and just chill, and then go to bed. And you can follow me. As always, you'll be able to follow along. Just look where I am. If you're in Harlem or anything tomorrow, why not just check out the live tracking? So I'm using my Garmin again. So it's live.garmin.com/way of life, and you'll be able to see it. But I'll be putting out my stories on Instagram tomorrow, so you'll be able to see it. And also, if you look at the Way of Life website, you'll be able to see exactly where I am at any stage and see how I'm getting on. Do not expect me to be running very fast, because I'm picking up trash and taking my time. But that's the whole point, is just to chill out and have some wonderful adventures, and to create some positivity in this world, and to inspire people to do exactly the same, and for them to become inspirators for other people. And that's the whole point. It can be contagious. Let's make this contagious. So I think with that, I'm going to. Um, oh, Bert asked a sort of Bert, you're going to have to ask that. I'll ask that question again tomorrow on YouTube. So I'm not going to answer that one now. But thank you so much for sort of tuning into this test run. I think it worked out pretty well. I'm now going to go in the bath and then go to bed. And I'll see you perhaps on the streets. Meanwhile, I'll be, yeah, trying to live a positive life and inspire people and make it part of my way of life. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to end now, so it's probably going to be all jerky and everything. Let's see how it goes. Thank you very much for watching this test stream. I think it was a success, right? Bye.